And that concludes our presentation. Thank you.
Pretty funny. Anyway, so yes, well, first of all, we're from Goodby Silverstein. It's an agency in San Francisco. We're about 550 people. Will and I, we started about 6 years ago. Will is a creative director. I'm the chief digital officer. And what else do you want to know? We just want to show you a reel of our work from the last year, so you kind of get an idea. You might have seen certain things, but I still hope you enjoy it.
This reel that we're about to show to you is actually a video that we compiled for Agency of the Year submission. So it's kind of catered to that type of audience. So keep that in mind. We created it to submit for an award show.
It basically shows you how great we are, and it's a little embarrassing. So here we go.
We don't know if it's an advertising truth or not, but if your campaign appears on the cover of a national magazine, you either did something really bad or really good. And if your client had to testify in front of Congress, you either did something really wrong or really right. And say you had an idea to give thousands of teenagers nightmares. Well, that was either really dumb or really smart. So how did Goodby Silverstein and Partners do in 2008? We'll let you decide for yourself.
I've dreamed about winning it all since I was probably 9 years old.
Our NBA Finals campaign used a simple split screen to make the playoffs feel like must-see television again.
This is when one team has a chance to be remembered.
The funny thing is, after these ads connected with basketball fans, they connected with everyone else. We saw split screens on Saturday Night Live.
No matter who wins, we can all stand behind one idea. Democracy.
On Adam Sandler's new movie, on FunnyOrDie.com, and on the cover of 50 Cent's new album.
Unpredictable.
And when the Democratic nomination became the biggest question of the summer, Time magazine used the technique to remind us there can only be one. Our planners had an idea that Haagen-Dazs should save the rapidly disappearing honeybee. After all, without the bee, Haagen-Dazs wouldn't have their famously fresh ingredients.
Honeybees are dying, and we rely on them for many of our natural ingredients. Help us save them.
So Haagen-Dazs made a new flavor and supported it with a website, viral videos, and print ads that grew into flowers when you planted them. In a single week, news of the campaign appeared in over 300 newspapers, magazines, and cable shows.
The American bee population has fallen by 30% in the last year, and no one knows why. So it may just be ice cream maker Haagen-Dazs which comes up with the answer.
And by June 24th, our clients found themselves testifying on the bees' behalf in front of Senator Hillary Clinton on Capitol Hill.
Haagen-Dazs has a major stake in the health of America's honeybees. Pollination is essential for ingredients in more than 40% of Haagen-Dazs flavors.
Turns out bees have a lot of buzz. Last year, we told you Commonwealth Bank received a lot of criticism for selecting an advertising agency outside Australia. A more accurate description? Every newspaper in the country threw the bank to the crocodiles. So how do you launch a campaign when an entire country hates you and you haven't even done an ad yet? We created a fictional American advertising agency and made them everything the newspapers warned the public we would be, only worse.
Guys, that's New Zealand.
Call it whatever you want. Austria's leading homeland.
Australia.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you put a hat on a kangaroo and people's heads will explode.
The ads we ran had a 90% retention rate, 5 times that of the competition, and higher than any campaign Goodby Silverstein has ever done. And when the Aussies saw we were making fun of ourselves, they ended up kind of liking us. Even the press did an about face. Commonwealth Bank went on to have the biggest increase in market share ever recorded by any bank in a single month.
How about the budget?
We found a lot of ways to keep our clients culturally relevant this year. While Congress was failing to bail out Wall Street, we suggested the world would be better off if blue-collar workers were running it, using Nextel push-to-talk phones.
This is the easiest job I've ever had. We're out of here.
And in the dog-eat-dog world of retail wireless phone service, we put a face to the third largest wireless network in the country.
I'm Dan Hesse, CEO of Sprint, and we have a plan for you.
Dan Hesse's ads have had a higher recall rate than anything Sprint has ever done. When HP needed to show kids their computers were the most souped-up, fire-breathing multimedia machines around, we went to MTV and created Engine Room, a celebrity-driven show where up-and-coming artists from around the world would compete to create films, art, music, and more on HP's latest computers.
I think you guys nailed it.
The design is great.
And after that, we had fashion mogul Vivian Tam design her first laptop and walk it down a runway. Our milk clients asked us to make teens believe milk was as cool as Red Bull. And for a minute, even we didn't think we could do that. Then we envisioned a spandex-clad rock star with a guitar full of milk.
It's the chords in my chords, the way when I play. I sip every drip as I rip on my It's supernatural.
White Gold and the Calcium Twins were launched on a MySpace page. And by the time they were finished, they had 5 songs on iTunes, 3 full-length videos, and thousands of 12 to 17-year-old fans who thought they were real. Doritos came to us with an interesting idea. They wanted to bring back old flavors from the dead. So we convinced them to make an interactive website with no other purpose than to scare the crap out of teenagers. Welcome to Hotel 626. Open only from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., Hotel 626 used technology never experienced before on a website. It took pictures of you when you least expected it. It gave you directions on your cell phone in real time.
Make a right.
And it made you sing lullabies to baby zombies. Happy Halloween.